Another week in the books, another episode of 90Min'S 90Second Mls Report. Let's get right to it. Here's this week's top storylines. We start off the pitch where several major players were off on international duty this week, causing all sorts of issues for MLS teams on the field. The Almadas, Zalarayans, and Gazdogs of the world were all absent as 5 teams lost 6 or more players to their countries. Now, typically, leagues take a break for the international break, but MLS says they couldn't do that. They cite the pause for Leagues Cup and the extension of the playoffs as reasons for why they could not pause for this break based on the current schedule format. With that said, let's take everything this week with a grain of salt. But there was still plenty of excitement this weekend, most notably in goals, and lots of them. 3 teams managed to score 4 more goals this weekend. St. Louis continued their dominance with a 4-0 win at Real Salt Lake. Jordan Morris scored 4 goals by himself against Sporting Kansas City, making him the first Seattle player ever to do so, and first MLS player since Clint Mathis for the Metro Stars to do it on the road. Clint Mathis, Metro Stars. How I miss those days. And finally, Columbus laid the hammer down at home against a depleted Atlanta side that saw 4 players score their first ever MLS goals. But while some teams shined, other teams struggled and have been for a few weeks now. We finish up with Philly and Inter Miami, who haven't been themselves since major injury blows took a toll on their teams. Philly lost its second straight since Andre Blake went down with an injury, falling 2-1 to Orlando City despite 26 shots and 6 on goal. Inter Miami lost their 3rd in a row and 2nd since the loss of midfielder Gregory for the season. This time they fought back from 2-0 down, only to see new Chicago forward Kai Kamara net a stoppage time winner for all 3 points. And in the famous words of Bugs Bunny, that's all, folks. As always, make sure to let us know in the comments what your top storyline of the weekend was, and make sure to check out the Real Football Show on YouTube and all our social channels for more on the past weekend in MLS.